Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I made this delicious banga rice, also known as native rice, with some peppered goat meat. I'll start by adding the goat meat to a pot. Next, some chopped onions. Sprinkle a little bit of salt. Some Knorr seasoning cubes. Stir well to combine, and then go in with a little quantity of water. Then I'll cover and allow to steam for about 10 to 15 minutes. 10 minutes later, I'll check on the goat meat, and at this point it's 50% cooked, so I'll go ahead and add enough water to help it cook until tender. Cover the pot and continue cooking. After a few minutes, I checked the goat meat and it's not quite tender, so I'll continue to cook for extra minutes before I remove it from the heat. While I'm waiting for the goat meat to get tender, now let's prep the rest of the ingredients. Here I have some fresh peppers, a bulb of onions, and this fresh shombo, also known as Cayenne peppers. This is what I'll be using to prepare my pepper mix. It adds a lot of taste and flavors to our native rice. So I did a rough blending, and this is what it looks like after blending. Nice and perfect texture for our rice. After cooking the meat for extra 20 minutes, the goat meat is fully cooked, soft and tender, exactly the way I love it. So I'll off the heat and then scoop it out into a sieve to separate the meat from the stock. The next step is to prepare the remaining ingredients. Here I have my dried catfish. I'll go ahead and soak it in hot water. After that, I'll transfer my dried shrimp into a bowl, pick out the dirt and chaff from the shrimps, and then soak it in hot water as well. I soaked the dried fish for a few minutes, and at this point, the dried fish is a little bit soft, so it's time to debone the dried catfish. I'll carefully remove all the bones in the fish, break it into tiny pieces, and then set it aside. You will notice I didn't remove the skin of the fish. I know some people don't tolerate it in their food because it feels sandy if not properly washed. But I love the skin so much, I make sure to wash it carefully before use. Now all my ingredients is prepped and ready. It's time to start cooking the rice. First, add enough palm oil into a pot. Since we are not going to use any tomatoes or colors, this is what is going to give the rice that nice vibrant color. Next, add some chopped onions, a teaspoon of salt. Fry this for some time, and then go in with some ground crayfish. Mix well to combine. I'm supposed to go in with the iru at this point, but since it's not available, I'll go ahead to add a roughly blended pepper mix. I'm going to fry this for a few minutes until it's well fried and looks like this. Next, I'll go in with the dried shrimps and the dried catfish, some thinly chopped pomo as well. I'll give everything a proper stir to combine. Then on a low heat, I'm going to cover and allow this to cook for about 5 minutes. This process allows all the shrimps, dry fish and cow skin to soak up all the sweet, juicy taste of the sauce. At this point, after cooking for about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to stir everything in, and then I'll go in with the meat stock. Next is my parboiled rice that is already washed. I'll add it carefully to avoid the sauce splashing everywhere. Then I'll go ahead to mix properly. I'll give this a gentle stir and make sure that both the rice and the sauce is well mixed together to avoid the ingredients settling in one particular area. At this point, I was practically trying to maintain my stays because my pot was so hot. Okay, yes, I continued to mix everything together. All done and set, I'll cover and allow to cook on a medium heat until the rice is soft. At this point, after cooking for about 20 minutes, the rice is fully cooked as you can see, so I'll gently fluff it up to release some heat and then mix well to combine. Next, I'll add the vegetables. Here, I'm using some nicely chopped scent leaf, but you can use any vegetable that you prefer, like green leaf, ugu or spinach. And you can also skip this if you don't really like it. So I'll give everything a really good mix to combine. I love to give the rice some beautiful colors and taste by finishing it up with these thinly chopped fresh tomatoes and onions. So I'll spread it out on the rice, then cover to allow it steam for a few minutes. 2 minutes later, everything is nicely cooked, so I'll mix really well to combine and off the heat. This is exactly the way I love to make my banga rice, and it has this vibrant, beautiful color and a nice texture to go with it. Now let's make some peppered goat meat. I'll start by adding some vegetable oil into a pot. Allow it to heat up a bit and then fry the goat meat we boiled earlier on. I added a bulb of onion for extra flavor. You can choose to air fry this or grill the goat meat using an air fryer or an oven. At this point, the goat meat is well fried and crispy, so I'll take it out of the frying pot. Then I'll transfer this into an iron sieve to get rid of any excess oil. I'll reduce the oil and then return the pot back to heat. To make the peppered sauce, I added some chopped onions, some of the pepper mix I reserved earlier, some well blended peppers for extra heat. Give it a stir and allow to fry. I also added half teaspoon of salt, 1 Knorr seasoning cube, and continued frying for about 3 to 4 minutes. This helps to get rid of the sour taste. Then add the fried goat meat and give this a very good mix, and our peppered goat meat is ready. I served this with my banga rice and it tasted so good. Let me know if you will make this. Thank you everyone for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one.